Alright, we're doing it, and we're doing it big! Well, well, well. If it isn't my 4th video. You know how they say YouTube is hard? Well, if it's hard, then explain this! Anyways, back with another one. These are my starting missions. Let's see what happened to my druid. For this session, I started it off with selecting talents, which I realized on this character and on my dead warrior, I never selected talents. So me, that is going to try to be a druid tank, I am just selecting things that would complement that. I selected Nature's Grasp and the second rank for it, but I'm not sure if I should have. I did see that I can reselect my talents at a druid trainer, so that might come in handy later. I don't know. But off to some missions. So I instantly sprinted straight towards the wild main water well for some cleansing. And since I was in the area, I finally made my way into Thunderbluff. I pretty much ran around looking at the town and what it had to offer, chatting with the locals and whatnot, trying not to fall off the side. And I also turned in the missions I completed, which it took me forever to find Melor Stonehoof, but I did. And he gave me a cool mission to kill a specific Kodo, which is one of these things, and bring him back its horn. In Thunderbluff, I also decided to pick professions. I really spent this time in town trying to figure out and benefit from the other aspects of WoW other than fighting, like upgrading my first aid training and cooking and crafting. For professions, I went with skinning and leatherworking since they complement each other and hopefully can make me some gold plus some good armor. Also, I realized I could have already been working on these since Bloodhoof, but I wasn't sure if I wanted those professions, so I ended up starting a little later than I probably should have. Back to the missions, I completed the Heed the Call, which gave me another mission called Moonglade. For whatever reason, instead of instantly doing it, which I know this mission line leads to becoming a bear, I took an intermission to run all the way back to Bloodhoof to turn in the Wild Mane cleansing mission. I did get a good staff for it, so I'm happy about that, and then I just ran back to Thunderbluff, and then decided to use the Moonglade teleport and see what happens with it. I was whisked away on a magical journey to a dark magical looking forest where Dendrite Starblaze told me to talk to the Great Bear Spirit. I was actually really scared I was gonna have to fight this thing, but he actually turned out to be a pretty cool dude. After learning all there was to learn, I was happy I set Thunderbluff as my new home so that I could just Hearthstone to it instead of having to run from Bloodhoof again. I talked to Turok again to finally become a bear, and then I learned that I can't become a bear yet because I wasn't done, and I have to kill something called the Lunaclaw. Yeah. This made me nervous. So I started seeing what other missions I had to maybe level up one more time before fighting this thing. And I decided to do the preparation for the ceremony mission because I thought it would be fast, but boy was I wrong. It took me more than an hour to get 6 azure feathers and 6 bronze feathers, which I don't mind grinding, but I just thought it would take like 5 minutes to do it. Also, I seen other players coming through and just murdering these things, and they were like 2 levels below me, which made me feel pretty terrible about my fighting skills. But I did complete it and turn it in, and yeah.
Go in peace.
Now to the real problem at hand. The thing separating me from finally achieving bear form, which I find it funny because I wanted to level up before fighting, and in the end I ended up fighting it right before I leveled up. So I don't know why I did that. But anyways, here is the fight. I'm just gonna play it. I was not expecting to see this thing come from this way. And also the damage he did with his first hit followed by the parry, it kind of made me panic, and I just decided to go for entangling roots for the rest of the fight. Which I maybe should have did it at the start, but whatever, I survived, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, not really much more to say. So finally, after several setbacks and turning in the mission, I got to become a bear. I'm not gonna lie, I have been feeling somewhat weak recently with the druid, but doing the bear form has completely changed that, and I feel really good now because I just mow things down. I was also dreading the Arachea, if that's how you say it, the Arachea fight, but bear form made super quick work of it, which that was really the last big thing I did this session. So I killed it, got its stuff, skinned it, and got back into Thunderbluff, turned it all in, and I have a pretty fun next session in store. Here is a complete list of everything I completed. These missions with fighting has earned me level 13. And also during my time around Thunderbluff, I found some interesting items again. Here they are. I sold them all except for the lion fur armor, either due to I already had better equipment or I couldn't use it, but they looked interesting and I want to show them. Yeah, I didn't have very many scary moments this session. I think I'm probably getting better with spells and mana. I have no idea. This was a tough fight for whatever reason. And I also had a few enemies respawn right on top of me, but nothing that felt out of my control or like I wouldn't have lived. The worst feeling was fighting the Lunaclaw and the Arachea, mainly because I was unsure about their abilities and damage, which I could have just Googled it, but this early, like it felt wrong to do it, so I just ended up winging it, and if I die, then I die. So that was really it for scary moments. As for lessons, the only thing that sticks out to me is to get professions as early as you can. I could have been skinning and leatherworking since Bloodhoof, so I could have already been able to make better armor than I can currently, and I also would have been getting more money the whole time. So my next playthrough, I will certainly do that. Even if I change professions, I'll probably just grab one in the first place just to be able to make money earlier. In conclusion, I am ready to get down and dirty with this bear. These are the missions I am currently on. I am definitely going to redeem myself first with the Fizz Sprocket mission where my warrior died. And if I die to him again, I don't even know what I'll do. For the next session, we will venture into the Barrens, which I haven't been other than the Lunaclaw fight, but I did see a level 19 something, so I have a feeling it is a dangerous place. Not that the Barrens sounds like it's not a dangerous place, but still. Anyways, that's all I have for now. If you have any questions about my journey to level 60, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Bye.